Okay, I am going to speak a little bit on the economics. Now, this government, I am going to call it the Ratu Hettakaris government. Now, they have decreased the limits for the VAT from 60 million to 36. Now, this is VAT. This is not profits or anything like that. What they are trying to do is they are trying to wipe out the middle class and the upper middle class. That's what they're trying to do. So that if you have done that, that means the economy in Sri Lanka is not in good shape, whatever they say. Because, I mean, when you try to do this VAT thing, you have to fill paperwork, not paperwork now, it is done through the internet, so I call it paperwork. So our economy is in not good shape. That's why we have reduced this VAT limit from 60 million to 36 million. So it is going to wipe out the upper middle class and the middle class. And when you do the income tax thing, you have to pay somebody. It's not very easy to do those because I have some understanding of economics, but I don't have 100% understanding. I have about 90%. So I can't advise anybody else. You have to employ a professional person. So when I fill my tax forms, there are 2 or 3 places I make mistakes because I don't know everything. So this Ratu Hettakaris government has no feeling for the middle class and the upper middle class, and besides that, our economy is in real bad shape. That is why we have reduced it. Now, there's a person called Alex Kramer, ALEX KRAIMER, Kramer, right? Now he says the present economy runs on debt. He is not a professor. So I am telling you something, you can't learn much from professors. Their knowledge is restricted and they don't give out certain things. He says most of the economy runs on debt. Right? Now what is wrong with our country's economy? Because we take loans. ණය ගන්න ඉන්න. දැන් අපේ අම්මලා තාත්තලා අපිට කිව්වේ ණය ගන්න එපා කියලා. හරිද? දැන් හැමදාම ආර්ථිකය වර්ධනය කරන්න බෑ. ඔය හර්ෂ ඩිවිල්ල, එරාන් වික්‍රමරත්න, ඉන්ද්‍රජිත් කුමාරස්වාමී, නන්දලාල්, ශ්‍රීවර්ධන ඒගොල්ලෝ මොනවා කිව්වත් ඒක කරන්න බෑ. ඒකේ සීමාවක් තියෙනවා. ඒකට මම දැන් අලුත් ආර්ථිකය හැදුවා. ස්ටඩි ස්ටේට් එක අනවිරත අවස්ථා ආර්ථිකය. ඒක මම හැදුවා. ඒක හදාගෙන වෙන කට්ටිය කරනවා. ඒකේ මම එක සිල්පදයක් දානවා. එක සිල්පදේ ණය ගන්න එක තහනම්. ණය ගත්තම මේකෙන් කවුද වැඩියෙන්ම who benefit from when you take loans is the financial services. So these financial services are, whatever you say, it is parasitic. Right? You can say it is also predator, but I think the parasitic is a good thing. So if you don't take loans, then you, in the extreme case only. So we went to this crisis because of J.R. Javadhan, right? Think EKA SIL PADAYA in economics. That's something I thought yesterday and very recently I said, stop taking loans. If a economics says we take loans, then he is not economic. Not in our tradition. He is economics in terms of this neoliberalism, right? So I am watching Mr. Mandani, whether he will cater to the neoliberalist economics or he will try to pull it to this side. But I think he is very firm on this Modi, and he is also firm on Israel. So at least on the genocidal front, he is firm there. But as far as the economics, now if you take those free buses and some groceries run by the government, whether it will be successful or not, I am not sure about that. But if you take childcare, it takes a lot of money. If you want to have childcare in New York City, it needs a lot of money. If you take free buses and things, in New York, they say 50% of the people don't pay the fare. So better give it 100% to them, or free, and it doesn't cost much. It costs less than 1% of the New York budget. So childcare is supposed to be expensive in New York budget, not free buses and freezing of rent. It doesn't work. It works temporarily, but the city doesn't bear any. But then you'll have a shortage of housing in the future. So I just want to mention about that, because I watch him. Because that is, if he fails, then the so-called socialist movement in Western countries will be set back a lot. So that is very important. So my understanding is our economy is not in good shape, and that's why we have put this 60 million limit to 36 million. I don't like that. And you always judge a person from the small things you do. That is where you know whether he's yes. So if you take the Ratu Hettagari's government, I am not very impressed by the Ratu Hettagari's government. So this is something I want to mention. We don't have economics in our country, because they all say we take loans. That means we don't have economics. We don't have economics who respect our culture, right? Not a single economist. They always say claims, loans. And Sri Lanka's ecological footprint is 3 times the biocapacity. So you can't, this expansion of the economy is not sustainable from a biological point of view, right? So I am saying there are no economies in Sri Lanka. If there are economies in Sri Lanka, they should say we should not take loans. We should take loans as the very extreme case, not for so-called economic development. To that extent, I would think that Mr. N.M. Perera, these leftists in Sri Lanka, they are liars. They are not leftists. They are driven by Buddhism. There is element of Buddhism into there. Yes, they have certain leftist ideas, but they are not leftists. They are actually Buddhist. They are Buddhist. So I am saying they are liars in a positive sense, right? That they have that Buddhist culture inside them, and that's probably they got it from their mother or father, not from any university, because we don't have university in Sri Lanka. We don't have university in Sri Lanka. So if some economists say we have to take loans, he is not a Buddhist, okay? He is a pseudo Buddhist.